Try it yourself, using jQuery to traverse the DOM. In this Try It Yourself exercise, we'll use jQuery objects to dynamically access DOM elements relative to their position from each other. In the Hour 8 folder, you'll find the solution files in the book's Code Listings archive. As usual, we have appropriately named HTML, JS, and CSS files. This is actually a pretty cool little exercise. Let me load the page in the browser so you can see. This is a little form where the user is asked to specify a value to rate their experience between 1 and 5, and depending upon what the user puts in, they'll dynamically see these bars alight at right. Now, we're not doing a lot of serious validation here to check, for instance, whether a user puts in a value below 1 or over 5. As a matter of fact, if I do put in a value of over 5, it lights up all 5 of the icons here. Let's take a look at the source code by bringing up Aptana Studio and looking at our 0802.html. In lines 11 through 25, we define a set of div elements that contain a label, a text input, and 5 span elements. The onKeyUpUpdate attribute of the input element provides the dynamic interaction when the user types into the text box. Our styling code, of course, is located in the CSS file. This styles the span elements with a certain height and width and adds the margin and padding necessary. The JavaScript file contains a function named update that's called by the onKeyUp event handler. In line 2, we set the background color of all span elements to light gray. And on line 3, we use jQuery code to select all div elements and then use each to iterate on each of them and apply a function. Inside the function, we get the first input child of the div element, and then in lines 5 and 6, we get the value of the input element and create a jQuery selector string to filter on only the first n number of span elements, where n is the value of input. On line 7, we use the input jQuery object to search for siblings based on the filter defined in the previous step. The CSS method changes the background color to blue. Note the simplicity of this function. You can add as many div sections as you want. As long as they follow the same structure, div, input, span, the jQuery code will continue to work on all of them.